Chelsea lose 1-0 to Dortmund away in our Champions League fixture, and I'm disappointed, I'm frustrated, I'm upset because largely for that game we put in a spirited performance, and I feel like the chances we created, we played so well. João Felix was absolutely jaw-droppingly good at times tonight, and we just did everything but put the ball in the back of the net. And at the end of the day, that's the same old story. It's the same old Chelsea, and I don't know why I thought that this fixture against Dortmund would be different. I guess I felt that after all the sort of disappointment in the Premier League, I felt that we could sort of shake ourselves out of our this rut that we seem to be in for the Champions League, and things were going to click. But I think that reality has really sunk in tonight. That the issues that Chelsea face, especially up front, especially with just putting the ball in the back of the net, they have now transpired in the Champions League, and we cannot escape our lack of goals, our lack of cutting edge, and we just seem to be doing everything the hard way. It doesn't matter how good our football is, how great our passage of plays are, we just are unable to put the ball in the back of the net. We're overthinking things, we're snatching at it, and we just don't seem to be able to do the simple things when it comes to putting the ball in the back of the net. And we did everything tonight but do that. Honestly, I was really pleased with the performance all round. Chelsea's attitude tonight was brilliant. I thought going to Borussia Dortmund away, a team in form, a team with so much talent. Jude Bellingham, this man we know is literally a generational talent. He is a player that every team in the world is after. And you just see why. In this Borussia Dortmund team, at such a young age, he's looking like one of the senior players. The way he rallies up the crowd, rallies up his players, puts his absolute heart on the line in every moment. Jude Bellingham is a quality player. They had Emre Can putting in a hell of a shift tonight, clearing it, and the goalkeeper wasn't bad either. Blimey, this goalkeeper made some saves today to just put on more misery on Chelsea's lack of fortune in front of goal. But I was pleased with Chelsea's performances, honestly. I thought we did play well, and I must say, João Felix really, truly was outstanding. Like, it is going to be hard to part ways with João Felix. I keep saying it, but from what I've seen, honestly, the man takes football in his stride, and he just makes the game look easy. Everything. He just doesn't seem to ever lose the ball. He gets in really tricky situations, and he just manages to find a burst of pace, a cutback, a pass, a flick, and he was instrumental tonight in creating all of our opportunities. Him and Havertz linked up well, and João Felix had a hat-trick of chances, and he really should have tucked away one. Until we get that number 9, we are going to continue to face these problems. No Aubameyang, no Broja, no David Datra Fofana. Kai Havertz is there, up on his lonesome as our recognised striker, and we can't buy a goal at the moment. We can't do anything to score. And with Kai Havertz having to lead the line, I'm starting to feel sorry for him because the pressure for Chelsea to score a goal and the pressure that he has been burdened with, it's not even realistic. Where is Kai Havertz going to all of a sudden discover some purple patch, some fine run of form that's going to see him bag a brace every game or two? Like, it's not going to happen. And I just think it's really naive, but I think I've understood that this is literally just going to be slow growing pains, and I really have come to terms with that in the league, but I was just hoping that Chelsea were going to give me a bit more joy in this Champions League run. But I think it really is going to be the case that we are going to probably not go as far as we would like. We're going to bow out of this competition, and that will be our season pretty much done and dusted. And maybe when the pressure is all off, we might start to put the ball in the back of the net when it matters far less. Until we get that number 9 situation sorted, it is going to just be more frustration. Enzo Fernandez pulled off a fantastic effort later in the second half. Hakim Ziyech was lively tonight. I really liked the attitude from Ziyech. I mean, I always question this guy's temperament. Sometimes he loses it, gives away silly fouls, but he put in a sort of performance and attitude that I can at least be pleased with. He didn't make always the right decisions, but I was really pleased with the effort Ziyech put in, and that was the case largely for Chelsea tonight. I was pleased with everyone's effort. There wasn't any performances on that pitch that were questionable. Perhaps when Cucurella came on, he seemed to slow things down and create confusion, but apart from that, I was really pleased with everyone's performances. And I think Reece James was, getting back to that sort of form that he was in before he got injured, and that we have become to know of Reece James, because I feel like since he has come back, he has had a bit of a slower start to that form, but it's understandable after that big injury, and his ceiling now is so high. We expect so much of Reece James. I felt like we saw glimpses of that tonight, and how far more solid and stable we are at the back, and that was encouraging to see. And I was really pleased, and there were a lot of positives tonight, but considering how good Dortmund are, I guess it is a good result. 1-0 away, if you would have told me before the game, would I take that? I wouldn't have said no, I guess. I think even though I felt we could have won this game tonight, and the first half was definitely ours, and large parts of the second half, this is a game we should have done and dusted. But considering our lack of fortune in front of goal, 1-0 away to bring it back to the bridge with just a 1 goal deficit, I do fancy us to go back to Stamford Bridge and perhaps beat Dortmund. But that will mean finding some goals. That will mean discovering some cutting edge, which we can't buy no matter how many millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions we seem to spend. We cannot buy goals. No Aubameyang, no Fofana, no Broja. The goals are not going to come. We're not going to turn into Manchester City overnight, and the goals are going to come from all round. Do you know what? Another disappointing thing is like, it used to be Chelsea were so good at corners and set pieces. We used to always give ourselves an opportunity. I just feel like we never seem to score from a corner now. When was the last time you saw one of our centre-backs, Thiago Silva, Koulibaly had a great opportunity. That would have been fantastic if he had scored that. Emre Can off the line. Oh, if he'd have got there half a second later, we would have equalised. But we're just not even getting the goals from defence anymore. Piles on more pressure on the attackers. And it's just very frustrating to be a Chelsea fan at the moment after all of the hype around the transfer window, after all these new exciting players coming in and all this exciting passage of play. No goals at the end of it. 0-0 draws, 1-1 draws, 1-0 losses. It is disappointing, but these are the growing pains we're going to have to get used to, I think. I really feel like that is loud and clear now, that we are going to go through some difficult games to watch, and there is going to be a massive scarcity of goals, and that's something we're going to get used to. Until we bring in a recognised striker who just takes it by the scruff of the neck and scores us a load of goals. Guys, what do you think about this result? How do you feel about it? Are you pleased? 1-0? Are you happy to go back to the bridge with that result? Or you think this is an opportunity missed, a big opportunity missed? I could see how that could also be the case. Like this video if you did. That would be hugely helpful, considering, we didn't get the result tonight. A like would definitely lift the spirits. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. Your support is always much appreciated. Leave a comment in the comment box. I'll be sure to get back to you. I want to hear exactly what you guys think about this game and how you feel, more importantly, about this result. And I'll see you guys in the next one.